Hey, what is going on, fools of YouTube? You got AJ Pay. I'm bringing you the RU match against the King of Crits. This is the team that I've been using for a while. It's mainly just set up the Stealth Toxin Spikes and then have everything else wear it out, and then have the two fast Pokemon I have, Acceligor and the Choice Banded Durant, just clean house with everything. This team is very weak against Nidoqueen, and back then when Nidoqueen was in RU, this match was taken back like 2 months ago, so Nidoqueen was technically still in RU in this match. Nidoqueen is a big threat to my team. I don't really have anything to take a hit other than the Cryogonal, which I did not really know that my Cryogonal can actually take pretty good hits against it, as I'll figure out later. But he leads off with a Nidoqueen. I'm going to lead off with a Acceligor. I definitely should have led off with Cryogonal or almost start immediately. I have no clue why I led off with Acceligor, because that's more of an offensive Acceligor that I changed from Choice Specs to Life Orb in this game. But I do predict the Fire Blast correctly. I quad resist it. I take it fairly well, so I'm thinking, I'll probably take an Earth Power fairly well, even though it's super effective and Sheer Force boosted. No, I take it horribly well as I set up Spikes rather than Stealth Tox, because Spikes is actually going to be way more important than Stealth Tox in this match. So, at this point, I'm just going to leave this thing in the die, because I'm thinking nothing will want to take a hit from this thing, and my Cryogonal wouldn't take a Fire Blast too well. I go for a Scald, as he actually predicts me to switch out and go for he goes for the Stealth Rocks, and I unfortunately do not get the burn here, and this is going to be a short and simple first few turns. I set up Spikes, he's just going to knock me out with an Earth Power, simple as that, when in hindsight, I definitely could have switched in Cryogonal this turn as well. I guess I didn't really want to predict that, because I was thinking he might predict that, because I know he's more of an experienced player, because he has a YouTube channel. But now I go into Cryogonal. I was thinking at the time this is my offensive Cryogonal too. That's another reason why I didn't switch it in. I was very surprised this Earth Ice Beam did not kill. I was just like, why did it not kill? I thought this was offensive. Where's my Life Orb? Then I realized, oh, I take that Fire Blast hella well. What the hell? And I look at my moveset and I'm like, oh, I'm the dual screen set. So that's actually going to help out my team, because my team can't really take hits because they're kind of frail. So I predict him to switch into the Slowking. That's why I go for the Rapid Spin. And I make a pretty good prediction there. So I thought that was like a grade A prediction. Not really too sure. But anyways, gonna set up the light screen so that way my team can take hits and start destroying and wrecking his team and start getting some damage on it. As he does miss a Toxic, it's not really too crucial that he missed this Toxic, because if he had Side Shock, it would have been better. But he shows that he has Trick Room. Now, Trick Room is going to kind of come into play a little bit later, because he actually has a pretty good strategy with this team with Trick Room, as I do set up both my layers, both of my screens. So I switch it to positive KD, because usually, you know, Durants get a positive kill-death ratio. He goes for a Toxic. I do predict that correctly, but he outspeeds me because of the Trick Room and unfortunately gets a burn. But this Exorcer, despite the fact that I am burnt, does a hell of a lot of damage. It's an easy 2-hit KO because I am a Choice Banded Adam in nature max attack hustle boosted Durant. And if you guys get the nickname, it's pretty cool. You know, KD's Kevin Durant, but then Durant, you know, and then KD kill death ratio plus positive kill death ratio, you know. Yeah. I thought that was a really good nickname. I think it's very original. Gonna switch out to my Rotom now, because this thing is gonna show that he has Curse and the Trick Room's still up, so he's even faster now because his speed is going down, and the lower the speed you are, the faster you are in Trick Room. But Trick Room luckily wears out this time, so now I'm able to go for the Will-O-Wisp and outspeed him first, so now I crippled him. But despite the fact that he's burned, a +1 head smash still does a hell of a lot of damage. So as you can tell, the pokes in RU are very powerful. I guess they just don't have enough bulk and their typing suck to the point where they can't be used in OU, but they could be if they have the right support. So I go for the T-Bolt, as he's just gonna go for another head smash. It still does a lot, but he head smashes down to the point where the burn is going to take him out. So I kind of wish that no, forget that statement. The point is, I'm trying to get Pain Split off of something now once his thing dies. But Whimsicott comes in. Usually when a Whimsicott comes in, you want to speed up the whole battle, because it's an annoying process where he just Leech Seed stalls you and sub-stalls you to death. And I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. So I just kind of leave Rotom in to die at this point, because I do have other pokes to take out his other pokes. But I just mainly don't want him behind a sub when I die. But I know for a fact he's going to outstall me, because he's also I've seen a Whimsicott outstall Acceligor before. That's why I'm not selling Acceligor in now. But I go for a Shadow Ball as he Leech Seeds me. I do score a crit, which really does matter, because this Rotom should be dead and outstalled by this Whimsicott. So instead, Whimsicott's dead, my Rotom's alive. That's perfect. An annoying threat out of the way, but it's fun to use when you're using it. But Amoonguss comes in. I'm thinking, you know, oh, this is a regular defensive Amoonguss. This is not going to be that big of a problem. I'm going to switch Kevin Durant in. Well, my Durant in. It quad resists it. He gets a crit though, and it actually kills me. Now I'm thinking here, that's kind of fishy that it killed me. So I kind of want to test it out. I go into my Cryogonal. I'm gonna go for the Ice Beam. If this does a lot, then he's choice Specs, and this does way too much damage because I'm only a specially defensive Cryogonal with no attack investments. And then he just knocked me out straight up with a Giga Drain. So I'm just like, wow, this is really big threat considering he has Regenerator too. God damn. So I go into my Exceligor to threaten him out. I definitely went for the right move here. Went for the Bug Buzz because he's just gonna Death Fodder the Nidoqueen. So another big threat out of the way. Nidoqueen is way too big a threat. I am so glad that it moved up to UU. It's way too good in RU. Get out of here. But Amoonguss comes in. I'm thinking, alright, he's probably going to go for a Hidden Power Fire. It could probably live one of my Life or Bug Buzzes. So I'm going to switch into my Druddigon to soak up the Hidden Power Fire, but he straight up goes for a Sludge Bomb, and it does a hell of a lot of damage. I'm just like, well, I probably should have stayed in and just got a lot of damage off. So I just go for the Dragon Claw, and I'm thinking, since leftovers brought me up to the point where I could potentially have another Sludge Bomb, depending on min-max variance, but he gets a better roll this time and knocks me out. So now I have to switch out to my Exceligor to threaten him out, and this is where I definitely should have won. Went for the Focus Blast predicted switch because the switch was obvious, and 2, should have kept the choice Specs. Now, if I was choice Specs and locked myself into Focus Blast right here, I would have taken him down to the point where he can no longer really sub, because as he's going to show here, he's going to have Substitute. But I go for the Focus Blast here, and this Focus Blast is going to leave him down to the point where he's like at 26, 27%, and he's going to be able to sub. Now, the sub is not going to really matter too much at the same time. It's just that if I was choice Specs and I went for the Focus Blast and he tried to sub, he wouldn't be able to sub. He wouldn't have enough health. And at that point, he wouldn't be able to take me out with an Iron Head. And instead, this thing would be dead and I would still be alive. So rather than this being the G-Endo for this Cavalier, it's going to be G-Endo for my Exceligor. So no one's probably going to get that nickname, but whatever. Anyways, I'm just going to go with my Rotom. It outspeeds. He doesn't want anything to switch into at this point to take a T-Bolt, and that's going to knock out the S-Cavalier. We don't need you, LeBron. We got Kyrie Irving. Haha. Just kidding. We do need you because you won a championship. But at this point, he has 2 pokes left with the Amoonguss and the Slowking. He has the 2 Regenerators. He switches the Amoonguss in to just switch it out so he can get it back up to full by Regenerator. And then I just easily knock out the Slowking with 2 Shadow Balls. And at this point, I think I lost, so I just went for the Will-O-Wisp, even though I should have, in hindsight, went for the Shadow Ball and hope for the crit and hope for the best. Because this Specs Giga Drain is going to knock me out. And I think at the time, I still didn't think he was Specs. So it's going to be a narrow 1-0 victory on his part, as we're going to go to the key play of the battle. One of the key plays was definitely the death of my Omastar, because my Omastar is the only thing that sets up Hazard. That's the whole point of the team. If I had Hazards up, this match would have definitely been easier for me. Another key play was definitely the Specs Amoonguss. That definitely surprised me and took out my whole team, and I think that caused me a lot of problems. So yeah, I think this was the key plays. I'm pretty sure I had one more, but I completely forgot because I have not prepared the key play of the battle clip yet, so I'm kind of running it off my mind. This match was 2 months ago, so hope you guys enjoyed that one. It may not be as an entertaining narration or match, but yeah, I hope you guys didn't enjoy. I'm trying to get more better ones because I'm kind of out of newer battles, so I'm kind of searching through the files that I have right now, so I apologize. But that about does it for me, guys. So like if you like, comment if you like, and subscribe if you like, and I'll see you fools later.